Hello my friends, it's Andy back again with another video, and today is of course week 16 of my Slimming World journey, so let's get straight to it. This week I only lost half a pound. Am I disappointed with that? No, not really, because remember over the last couple of weeks I've told you about my book and I keep forgetting to bring my book up. Well, today, haha, I got my book. So as you can see, this is just a regular pad from any supermarket, and what I do is, like I said, I write everything down, I colour coordinate it, and then I put little comments at the bottom. So I'll show you what I do. So as you can see, blue there is speed, green is free, orange is hex A, yellow is hex B, red is sins, and then there's a nice pink P there for protein, which I don't really write protein down very often, I don't know why. So I'll show you a typical couple of days. Let's have a look at, I'll just pick any random days that will show you. Like this day here was pretty bad. I had quite a few sins. I wrote down everything after, so I couldn't remember what I'd have for lunch. Only a little bit of speed there, so that's not a great day. Let's have a look for another one. Just trying to see if there's a... this was Monday this week, so there's in there, as you can see, there's a bit more blue, so that's a good speed day. There's a couple of sins down there, some free food, and then always down the bottom I put some little comments, which is generally, so down the bottom of here I put my daily sins for that day was 22, and I drank 2 litres of water. So let's go back to some of the not so good days and see what I've written. Here we go. So this day, this one here, so this particular day, as you can see, there's not too much blue. There's some sins there, there's some free food, but in the comments I put daily sins 16, water 2 litres, but then my comment for today was filled out 2 days late with a little sad face, because obviously I want to try and fill it out at the time that I'm doing it. So half a pound is half a pound. I'm not disappointed. But I know this week what I've done wrong, because the reason I do this book every day is exactly for weeks like this. So I can go back, see what I did, and just by looking back over the past 7 days, I know exactly what I've done. I haven't eaten anywhere near enough speed food. For instance, like I say to you, I eat a lot of naked noodles for lunch, which is great because they're free and they're quick, but I'm not getting in any speed. I'll eat a couple of satsumas after, or I'll eat some fruit with it, but still not getting in too much speed. So on the weeks where I've made myself maybe a salad for lunch, or a jacket potato with salad, or something that I can get some more speed food into, I've done a lot better. So maybe this week I'll slow up a little bit on the naked noodles and only really eat them if I'm super stuck and I'm really pressed for time. So that's one of the things I'm going to do this week. I'm going to eat a lot more speed food. I think there was a couple of days I maybe didn't drink my full 2 litres of water. I maybe only drank a litre or a litre and a half. So I'm going to make sure that I'm bang on it every day with the water. Make sure I'm getting a ton of speed food. And I think that's the only thing that I've done wrong this week. There was an impromptu barbecue on the weekends because I'd arranged for a family trip to go to the beach, and my little boy was really looking forward to it, but my anxiety kicked in when I realised it was going to be a really busy beach and I just didn't really want to go. So everybody kind of said, on the way back, they were on their way back from the beach, let's have a barbecue, and I'm like, okay, but I didn't have time to plan. Where the week before we'd had a barbecue, but I knew it was coming, so I had time to get my Joe's burgers and my Joe's sausages and a made coleslaw and a made salad. I had time to prepare, so I could also arrange my healthy extras, so I wouldn't have used my hex B in the morning, because I would have saved that for a roll at the barbecue. Then if I had 2 rolls, I would have used one as my B and I would have sinned one. Like I said, I made coleslaw, I got the burgers, but this time on Saturday I didn't really have any prep time, so I had to eat normal burgers, which were like 5 sins each. There were, because one of the families Muslim, so there had to be chicken sausages, so they were eating the chicken Italia sausages, so that was good. So So I managed to get a couple of Heck sausages, which was a little less sins, but the rest were Richmond sausages, which were like 5 sins each. And there was the rolls, and there was normal coleslaw. So kind of Saturday at this barbecue was, you know, I kept not too far from my sins, but I did go over. But it was a nice evening. I enjoyed it, so I'm not gonna kill myself over it. You know, it was a nice evening. Everybody had fun. So, and like I said, I don't think that one day was what really crippled my weight loss this week. I think it was the fact that for the other 6 days I hadn't eaten enough speed food, maybe not drinking as much water. A couple of days I was kind of right on my sin limit, so rather than, you know, trying to focus on using less sins if I can, you know, rather than trying to squeeze them all in there just because I can. So yeah. And I've been talking to a few people on Instagram this week that were talking about that they're really struggling and that they're wondering what to do. So what I do on weeks like this is I would just say to you, really write the book. Get yourself a book, get yourself a notepad, write down everything that you do. Some of you are going to say to yourselves right now, I ain't carrying a book around all day. I've got an answer for you. Everyone's got a smartphone. You've got an iPhone, you've got a Samsung phone. All of these phones have got notepads on them. So if you don't want to carry around a book and a pen and and a bit of paper, then when you're eating things, open up a note on your phone, write down what you've eaten, write down the sins, write down what it is, and then you can transfer that into your book when you get home later. Up there for thinking. So yeah, so that's my suggestion: is get yourself a book, write everything down, because on the weeks where your weight loss hasn't gone as you would like, then it's easy to look back over the last week and you'll pretty quickly pick up what you've done wrong. So I know this week, like I said, it's speed food. So next week I've got to be on top of it, a lot more speed food, and really get into it. So yeah, that's my week. So I think I know exactly where I am going forward. I'm happy about next week. There's nothing that can stand in my way to stop me from getting a good weight loss next week. So I'm really excited to get back on track and get myself back on the right path. So not that I'm off the right path. I just want to do a lot better than I've done this week and correct what I haven't done. So yeah, so I'm all happy about that. At my group we did nominations for Woman of the Year today, so we'll have a little party next week for Woman of the Year at my group, so looking forward to that. Yeah, anything else? What else? Any more tips? Oh yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, I am doing a giveaway at 2,000 followers, which I'm pretty much on top of now. I think I'm on about 1970. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, get over there. Tell your friends, get in there. The 2,000 giveaway is from Spice and Tice. So there's some spice kits, there's some rubs. They sent me a nice little box of stuff to give away to one of you lucky people. So yeah, get yourselves on Instagram. All the links are below. Got to be in it to win it. So get on over there, and of course that's where I post most of my food pics. Have made a start this week on my website as well, so the website is going to be up hopefully within the next 3 to 4 weeks. I'll be putting recipes up there. There'll be a blog where I'll talk about my weight loss journey in writing, obviously, as well as YouTube. I'll also address mental health things and tell a bit more of my story about depression and the anxiety and stuff that I suffer with. I am also going to do a video depression and weight loss, because there's obviously a correlation between those two things, so I am planning to do a video about that. It's not going to be too heavy, I promise you. It's going to be just a little video that will explain kind of how the two things will need to work in tandem. Weekend, I've got the Nutribombs tasting. I did the video the other day, tasted Nutribombs. Wow. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed that, but that was a lot of I had to really plan my sins for that day to do that video, so that's going to be up I would say Saturday, so check that out. That's going to be a pretty entertaining video, and some some rather funny facial expressions, let's say, but they were very good. So yeah, that's coming at the weekend. Got a couple more to get in the bag over the weekend as well. Got some more videos for next week. So it's all happening, lots to do, busy. So yeah, hope you all have a good week this week. If the scales haven't quite gone to plan, don't get discouraged. This isn't a sprint, you know, this is a lifestyle change. It's a complete overhaul of your life. So it took me a long time to get to the point where I am. I'm 46 years of age, so it took me long enough to get here. So if, you know, another week for me isn't gonna do me any harm. So, you know, I'm not in this for the short term. I'm in this to win it. So I think that's the way that everybody needs to look at it. As long as you get, you know, I've said it a few times now, the destination always remains the same. No matter how quick the journey, you're still going to the same place. So if every now and again, once in a while, you just take a different road, you're still going to get there. So just stay positive and make sure that, you know, you look at what you've done. Sometimes you just need to reevaluate, refocus, recharge yourself, and really get started again and take a really good, honest look at what you're doing. I've done that today. I know exactly what I've done, so I can correct it for next week, and that is exactly what I intend to do, and you will see a completely different result this time next week. So that's it. Have a great week. I wish you all the best on your weight loss journey, and I hope that you have a great week too, and I will catch up with you next week. Until then, every week, be nice to each other, people. Life is always worth living, and let's see you next time. See ya.